So I just entered a sell and I'm going to explain why. I just drew this 5 minute trend line here, which you'd think price is going to push up. However, I just entered a buy here. Price did push up into my next zone, which is where I cashed out. Well, no, sorry, I got cashed out around here. Price then came back down and the 15-minute candle closed back around here. So it's showing me that we're in a seller's market today. We came up here and we caught this sell. Price tried to push back up and it didn't. It came back down and the 15-minute candle closed back down here. So theoretically, the new trend line is like this. Or if you want to do a steep one on the 15-minute, just come straight down like this. I am confident in this trade, but I'm not 100%. It's a risky one. We just had a big push up towards our stop loss, which is making me think that this trend line might actually be respected. However, I've put another layer on here, so I'm going to readjust this accordingly. So I just switched over to the 1 minute after adjusting our new entry price, which is around 10, and I just want to see what's happening. This is struggling to break this high, which is good. That's what we want. We don't want that to get broken. We want that to come down. And ideally, I want to see this candle or the next one close below this area here, because that'll give me a bit of confirmation that we are starting to come back down. And at least if it comes down to the trend line, that's in profit. That's below my worst entry. So then I could always cash out the worst entry there, leave 2 up here to run. However, we are teetering around stop loss area at the minute. So that's where we're at so far. Checking out what's happening on the 1 minute. And we're struggling to break these highs, which is good. Boys, we've had a good morning, but it's kind of looking like we're about to get our first stop loss of the day. This area got broken. This area then almost got broken. So now we're just going to see what happens on this candle here. We can only see what happens. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I should have stuck with my original bias of the trend line. However, I was convinced by the 15-minute candle closure zone that would have been stronger than the 5-minute trend line. So we'll see. If it hits stop loss, I know where I went wrong. If it hits take profit, then it gives me an indication that 15-minute candle closure zones are stronger than 5-minute trend lines. However, if we hit stop loss, then it gives me the idea that if recent direction was up and it's following a trend line, maybe stick to the trend line. But we'll see. We are very close to stop loss, so we'll see what happens. Whoa, I just closed all my layers. Bulk close. My worst layer was at 204, which would now be in profit, but I closed it at a very minor loss. But from my best entry, I just caught another 100 pips.